no playing around with this stuff, no blackmail of the people of Europe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I fully agree. Mr. Flanagan.
Thank you very much. Just a point there that the Chairman made in response to MEP Agnew about the benefits of the common market. I agree there are many benefits in the common market, and I like the concept of a common market, but the problem is when you get that common market and you're wrapping in a flag and you put a song along with it and you take the budget powers away from a country, it's no longer a common market, it's a country, and we didn't bloody well sign up to that. I know you tried to ram it down our throats on several occasions when we voted against it in Nice and Lisbon, but that's not what people wanted, and that's why this will fracture and fall apart unless you wake up and listen to people. I don't think that's going to happen. Investing in jobs and growth. Well, it's essential we talk about this. It's essential we try and do something about it because I don't know about your areas, but the areas that I live in, the countryside is hemorrhaging people. And one of the major reasons I would say it's hemorrhaging people is because the money that is meant to go to rural Ireland and to rural Europe actually ends up in the hands of ranchers, ends up in the hands of people who fly jets in their spare time, while the people who are meant to get the money are actually suicidal to the point they are actually killing themselves because life is such a tough struggle. We talk about spending this money well. 80% of the cap money, even after the fig leaf of a review that we had, goes to the 20% of the richest farmers. Now, some people would say, but sure, look, don't they produce loads of food? Well, actually they don't. They only actually produce in and around 30%. So if we want good value for money and we want jobs, stop investing in people who have massive feed lots, who fly around in their private jets and basically hold everyone over a barrel. And we know what happens when they hold you over a barrel. Well, it isn't to have a conversation with you that they do it. Now, the report is interesting, or the the point about gold plating, I think, is very important. But at this stage, I've heard about gold plating, and I've heard about how Mr. Hogan wants to see something done with it. And he seems to want to focus on Pillar 1 first. Well, no surprise, because the Commissioner's friends are the ones who benefit most from Pillar 1. Have a look at his history. And the reality is, if you want to simplify something, simplify Pillar 2, because it is so complicated at this stage that I do not know how anyone has any time to farm when they go through this process of trying to get this money. Now, initially, this was meant to be about farming, but we have gone into areas in the environment and gone into other areas, and I think we're best suited to deal with this. But we need to convince the public of this, and we need to get support from people outside farming. Very, very, very hard to get support from people outside farming when a massive amount of this money doesn't end up in the farmer's pocket, and that money doesn't stay in local areas, because I can tell you one thing for sure: the guy who owns the jet, who flies around spending money that's meant to go to farmers, doesn't spend a lot of it in rural Ireland. He still only sleeps in one bed. He still only eats one dinner, maybe 2 dinners a day. That money should be staying locally, but it isn't. So if you want to invest in jobs and growth, well, make sure that the money gets to the people that it should be getting to, instead of the ranchers. But as I've said, we won't be holding our breath.
Thank you very much. Your statements and questions are extremely important in the context of our future discussion concerning CAP after 2020. Then we will have to answer a lot of questions, also when we revise it. Now, Mr. Perron.